Welcome back to Conversations with Sharon and Rosa. I'm Rosa.
And I'm still Sharon.
And happy holidays to everyone. Whether you're celebrating or not, we just want to put out good vibes, love and light to you all. And thank you for returning to Conversations with Sharon and Rosa. If you are new, please like, share, and subscribe to our videos. And we definitely would love to hear your comments. So, and thank you for joining us. All right.
Take a deep breath. it has been a week. Oh, my.
A week. But the good thing is I start my vacation on Monday. No, technically Tuesday because I go to work Monday. But
yeah.
Yes, so I'm excited. So by the time you all see this video, I will be officially on vacation. Yes.
And not having to go back to work to the 10th of January.
January 10th, yes.
Ooh, that's a nice vacation.
So if y'all local and want to hook up, let me know. We can do stuff.
Let us know?
Well,
you know.
Me, you, us. If they let me know, we know.
As we talk about today's subject, it's important to be clear.
That is correct. But before we get into today's subject, it's shout out time.
Yes.
So first shout out goes to Mon2F. Thank you for your comments. Although it was a comment a while ago, I haven't heard from you in a while, but that's okay. I appreciate you watching Conversations with Sharon and Rosa, and thank you for your comments. Next is Maria A. Hey, run, buddy.
Oh, that's
Thank
Maria?
you. Yes.
Hey, Maria. I like her.
Thank you for watching Conversations with Sharon and Rosa. And thank you for your comments. And, of course, last but not least is JoJo R. Thank you as well for your comments. We love to hear everyone's comments. Sometimes it gives us a different mind of, you know, the way we're approaching things, how to talk about things, and it gives us great subjects sometimes. So
yeah, sure.
We love to hear about you all.
It definitely impacts us, and as Rosa told us, I think last video, that I'm the one who's assigned to get, responding back, and we try to do a good job at that. And sometimes, like everyone else, we get crazy. We got a busy life too. So if we haven't gotten back to you in 2 days or a week, it ain't because we've overlooked you. It's just that we really,
There's some we haven't answered in months, so we can't technically say that because I've been looking at Sharon's work, and
wait a minute, what do you
mean? She getting a C minus. But
wait, hold on, I didn't know I was being graded.
Oh yeah, she's being graded.
But if let me just say this: we're all busy women. We have busy lives, and we all must prioritize.
Yeah.
So somewhere in that, if you feel like it, please forgive me.
Yeah.
But
don't worry about it. We will catch up on my vacation time because I'm going to chip in and I'll start answering some.
What?
As well.
Rosa chipping in?
You all will hear from us.
Okay. We will.
So today's topic is, what are we talking about?
Oh.
Polyamorous relationships.
Yeah. Woo. Wow. Oh, we started.
I thought we were talking about open relationships. Is that the same?
It is it's a type of, but don't steal
my
my thunder.
I'm not
we'll
trying
explain.
to steal your thunder. I'm just saying when we talked about it, I thought it was open relationship, and I was getting ready to say that until I looked at Sharon notes, and I'm like, okay, she changed the title.
Wait, so you just let them know that I have notes?
You let them know that you have notes before.
I have little teeny notes. I only have 3 or 4 words written out sporadically.
But you have the title up there.
Okay, look, that's because one of us is older.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to hold on.
Yeah, that's so true.
Every now and then we need a note.
So we're going to talk about polyamorous relationships today and what that looks like for Sharon and I. We'll talk about our experiences. And definitely always we love to hear
from
yours
you.
Too.
Woo. Hey, look, I'm still sizzling from how they put us over the rack about the about bisexual. Y'all was not letting us off the hook. Not that I thought we were on a hook, but it lets me know that you're listening. You don't have to agree. You didn't experience it, or you do experience it. You letting us know how you felt like that we could have had a different way of navigating the title, right. and that's okay because that's true. But we did it our way because I'm sorry, it's our show. So
it's our platform.
It is our platform, and it's just an opinion, and it's just a perspective, and we're speaking to only our experiences because those are the only ones that we can legitimately speak to.
Yeah.
And I appreciate everyone out there in lesbian land are having different experiences. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for caring. But we have to keep it real too. So it wasn't a criticism. It was just some insight from the life that we have lived and the experiences we have had. Yeah. So we loving you. And
we're embracing everyone. So
absolutely.
It doesn't matter what your beliefs are, what
right.
what you consider yourself is. It's much love from Sharyn and Rosa always.
Yeah, and respect.
Yeah,
and respect.
Absolutely.
And we just hope there's a two-way street. It's a two-way
yeah.
street. Okay.
But we'll definitely answer those comments because we hadn't gotten to those either. So we got you.
Oh yeah, that's a show by itself because people got questions, and that's good because I got some too. So as Rosa was saying, we want to talk about polyamorous relationships, and it's not just a term, or is it? Because we've been, there's been lesbians and Sappho sisters from BC, AC/DC, since there was time. So, why, as we're evolving and we're coming up in this 21st century here, why do we have to have so many names and so many pockets and whatever? It's just like, all I know is, when interviewed, when asked, when queried, I'm just like, I'm an aging lesbian and I've been gay all my life. I ain't trying to be nothing else. Don't put me in another bucket. But I am learning and still seeing things, and so it's all good. But I'm very, very much old school. So for me to, with Rosa and I, there's that little part of a generational difference. She asked questions at this time in her life that I never chose to ask, because things are simply different. Things are much more up and out, and we're hearing from parents of gays and transsexuals, and so
many young people,
very
older
young
people who just came out because back when they were younger, coming out was not an option.
Right. It was
now
very,
everything just seems so
much more difficult. Yeah.
No.
And so we got to do our homework too. All I'm saying, hey, I love women. End of story. You know what I mean? And
me too.
that work, that's good for our relationship, right? So anyway, polyamorous is defined as a practice or desire to have intimate relationships with more than one partner. That's a mouthful.
That's so
like even if you ain't doing it, if you thinking about doing it, to have that desire to have that intimate relationship with more than one person. And because our audience primarily is those wonderful women in lesbian land, we talking to y'all first.
You all. And we understand that polyamorous has different categories, but we're just talking about our experience today. So we get that polyamorous may fall differently for different people, and that is good. That's what makes us all different. But we're talking about Rosa and Sharyn today.
Yeah, and this is a question to my people out there. Just as we go on with this conversation, many people consider polyamorous relationships a type of open relationship. Is that right or wrong, or is that correct or not correct? And from my reading and from the people I've experienced, it is correct. It is a type of open relationship. Then there's people, I'm with a woman and we had an open relationship, but we're not polyamorous. Can you be one without the other? So I ain't trying to get all, I don't want it to get messy like a soup sandwich. I don't want it. So just for the purpose of today's conversation, we're talking about adults. We're talking about women being in and I'm talking about specifically to lesbians who are in polyamorous relationships or want to be. Are you one of those people? We would love to hear from you.
Well, some people might be in it and not know they're in.
Hello. So that look. Okay, we're gonna run over time on that one.
Yeah.
So, and here's the rules. If you are in a quote unquote rules, if you will, if you are in a polyamorous relationship, you have to agree. Whoever you are experiencing this type of relationship with, you have to be honest with one another for it to be healthy and fulfilling for all participants. Yeah. Does that make sense? So let's just say, for argument's sake, Rosa and I are polyamorous, and we are not. But if we were to, engage in to have that kind of relationship, it would have to be okay with the three of us. And dare I say the four.
Or four. Because it could be more than just three people.
Okay, let's talk about what I want for my birthday. Ha! Just kidding. Just kidding. I went too far. No, seriously, if you are in that type of relationship or desire to be in that relationship, like I said, communication is still the key in all the relationships. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But you just don't jump up and say, "Hey, I just want you to know we, as starting on the 1st, we're in a different type of relationship," and expect your spouse, your significant other, your wife, your honey, your primary partner to be okay with that.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen with that. So with that, like Rosa said, we're gonna narrow it down to our experiences and share it with you, if you don't mind. And of course, like I said, we want to hear from you guys. How are you living your life? So, hey, Rosa.
Oh, you bringing it to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Long before you were Mrs. Williams.
Absolutely. Yeah. This is way. Of course they know that, but I don't think what I was in would be considered polyamorous. I think what I was in is considered an open relationship. And I think whatever you define it for yourself is what it is for you in that person. And everybody has to be on like the same definition agreement in order for it to even work. And the fact that being in an open relationship and being in a polyamorous relationship differs for some people. I think that's where the breakup comes through. The breakdown, I should say. Because then people kind of swerve outside the lines, and then that's when it gets blurred. You know what I'm saying? So
are there? Wait a minute. So you're saying there are lines?
When you define what it is that you're in, and to go outside of that definition, then yes, there are definitely lines. But I remember being in a relationship with a woman who we decided that it was just going to be a sexual relationship between the both of us, and we didn't want to have sex with anybody else. So, but we were okay with seeing other people. So it was like, like I would spend time with her, she would come over and hang out, or vice versa. I go to her house and we hang out or whatever, but also have sex. Now there was other people that I was sort of seeing too, but I wasn't having sex with other people. We were just, like a friend of mine came down, we went to Pride together. She came down from Northern Cal, and, we were just hanging out and that type thing. Or, I would go to eat with other people, or, whatever the case may be. But to me, back then when she and I, made this open relationship definition up, we said, okay, it's just going to be us that are sexually exclusive.
I actually talked about it.
But if she wants to, go and date other people, I was okay with that, and vice versa, with her. But what happened with ours is that, the longer we went into it, I think feelings got involved, and
different feelings.
Yeah,
deeper feelings. Yeah.
When I was hanging with other people, she would get upset about it, and I'm just like, wait, hold up. And I was definitely honest with her. If somebody came to visit me for the weekend or whatever, I let her know. Or just, if I'm going to lunch with a specific person,
just with a friend.
Yeah, I would let her know. So just so she would know, But yeah, it just seemed like it didn't go the way we planned. So it was like about a year before it really started to unravel.
But wait a minute, was it because you said the way it was planned, so more on her part, things started to come off the rails a little bit, or as you said, coloring outside the lines?
Yeah, I mean, we, when she was expressing the feelings that she was having for me, I think she wanted just to have a monogamous relationship at that point. And she wanted to not have this open relationship anymore, and I just didn't want to have a relationship with her. I thought sexually we were compatible, but in other areas we were not, and I just didn't think the relationship would go any further than it is, or than it was at the time. At the time, yeah. So
wow, So did it dissolve instantly, or did you back out slowly?
No. So we just decided that I didn't want a monogamous relationship with her, and she didn't want the whole open relationship anymore. So we just stayed friends and spoke periodically here and there, or whatever the case may be, and we're still friends to this day. I think I haven't heard from
on
her
Facebook.
in a while.
Or you friends?
No, we were friends on Facebook. She came off of all of social media. I think maybe from what I know about 2 months ago. So I don't know. I haven't heard from her, but I just think after our relationship type definition, she after we became friends and we spoke, even since I've been married to Sharon, I was speaking to her, but I just think she's going through some other stuff.
Right.
So it had nothing to do with me.
It had nothing to do with you.
I don't think.
Or your previous relationship.
Exactly. Because that was a while ago before she even. But anywho, that's the only open relationship outside of cheating, which is a whole other thing when two people don't even know. Now, I have cheated before, so I'm not saying I am an angel with wings. I'm just saying... I'm just saying that's a relationship where you seeing one person, but then
wait a minute, exclusively,
right. And then you see somebody else without them knowing, But,
ouch.
So that's a little different. But outside of that, I don't think I've ever been in a polyamorous relationship.
Yeah.
So,
well, just the idea of it. I mean, and I realized that you've been out for, let's say, a decade. You've been out for 10 years or so.
At least.
And so with that, had you even thought about it before the concept, came across your mind or something? I mean, had you just thought like, well, hey, why do I have to be exclusive? Because no one says you have to be.
Absolutely.
But some people want to be.
I think the form of just dating online, you're kind of in a polyamorous relationships, kind of, if depending on what the parameters are set, because you're seeing so many different people. I know for me, when I was online,
or trying to see,
when I was dating online, I never, kept it exclusive just yet. When you meet somebody, it's not like, oh, okay, let me not talk to all the other people you've been talking to, because it's like, like a job interview. You want to pick the best candidate, and you want to have several people lined up. So everybody is not going to be just thrown off. So it's kind of like I'm in several different relationships, because I'm going out to eat with this people. I'm on the phone for this 3 hours with this person. I'm meeting coffee for this person. So you're still kind of in a relationship, so to speak, of some sort.
But how about this? Can you just be actively dating? And it sounds like you were actively dating. The point you do make about, and I appreciate it, the point that you do make about when you actively online, you must assume that I hope you guys out there are assuming that the person you just contacted is seeing other people too. You may be number 7 of 17. Or number 3 of 11, or just number 2 of 4. Whatever it is, you're not the only person this person has, sent candy to, or flowers, or said, here's my number, or, talk to my code box, or whatever, because
that's just the idea, though, of it.
I think you're foolhardy if you do believe that.
And I have several friends. They're not even gay, but they're online dating, and I always tell them, you can't assume that this guy, you're the only one he's talking to. Like, come on, don't fall for the okie doke. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you gotta keep your options open too. But it is what it is.
Like, I've looked at 95 profile pictures, but I saw yours and I knew you were the one. That's so false to me. But if that was your experience, don't let me poo-poo it. But and just to give you a little bit more insight, if you're new to the show. And how many shows have we done now? Like 55? A lot of them. You get the whole calendar. You got enough shows. We've done enough shows for you to look at us once a week for a whole year plus. But anyhow, the point, I lost the point.
Right. Going off in 19 other directions.
No. The point that I was going to make was that Rosa and I met online. And the angels must have been singing that week, and everything was lining up. However, when I saw her profile, I immediately closed it because, when you read somebody's profile, she might say athletic and I like to ride horses and, an Aries rising. Wonderful. What does that really mean? You need to talk to somebody, right? So any event, when I saw her, I closed it just because when I got down to her age, I just said, oh my goodness, no, just no, we're a generation apart. So I closed it, and that was my stuff, not her stuff, so and then, a couple of days later or a week later, I looked at it and I was saying, wow, she surely has a nice profile, and I was just, she just looked like a nice person, and
I
so
fooled
anyway,
her.
yeah, you did, you fooled me all the way, yeah, you did, and still fools me on a daily basis. I gotcha, but so what I'm saying is, so the second time I closed the screen as well, and then I had to give myself a talking to, because I do, even on the most positive vibe, what I'm saying, whoever I'm looking for, she's looking for me too. Yeah. That don't mean it was Rosa, and don't think, I didn't think it was the Sharon for the Rosa thing, but on the same token, I say, well, she's looking for something. And at a minimum, I could at least just contact her and say, I like your profile, and how you like in Southern California. You say you have 2 children. What's their signs? What's a fun day to you? Because I realized immediately, of course, that she was a single mother of 2. So with that, it's way too much backstory. But what I'm saying is, just if you are out there online, do be open-minded to you, because you in your search, be open-minded as you search, because just because sometimes people, we throw the best diamond away, mistaking it just for a piece of coal. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so stay open and stay focused and know what you want to. But in any event, we're talking about polyamorous relationships today, and Rosa has shared some of her history with you.
So we're waiting for Sharon to share.
So here's Sharon's share. Been there, done that. Younger, I was much younger, and I surely wouldn't have put that label on it. And I did it a couple of times, and I was well into my 30s. Matter of fact, I was coming on the horizon of 40. So. When I say I was good and grown, this was nothing that happened in college or, the first 6 months after boot camp. No, it was, I was in a long-term exclusive relationship with one woman, and truly, for me to say this honestly, I simply allowed myself to connect with another woman, and it went from 0 to 50, from 50 to 5,000. Now, with that, I didn't want to, now I got these 2 people that I felt like my heart was truly in halves, because I loved them both. And quite frankly, with my arrogant young ego, I wanted to have them both. I did not want to give up one for the other, because I was like, who made that rule? I'm like Rodney King. Can't we all just get along? So I didn't present the idea. The idea was already presenting itself, because it was the thing of, you connecting with both of them, sharing emotions and feelings, and it's romantic, and yes, I'm having sex with the both of them, and it went from good to great to fantastic, and then it was a thing of like, well, why I got to meet you at a hotel? Why can't you just come to my house? So quite frankly, I had to come clean with it, because, I told the woman I was with, I'm saying, I love her. I don't want to leave you, and I love her too. Truly, is it any way we can work it out? And that's because I didn't want to hurt either one of them. And I really felt their love as well. So that went on for a wicked, and I do say wicked, it went on for a wicked year and a half, and things just got deeper and deeper and deeper. And there you are, in the tunnel, you're like, how did we get here? Mm-hmm. And the blessing, the good fortune I had was the fact that, quote unquote, we were all friends. So it wasn't like, I love you.
That makes it worse.
It does, but it's according to how you navigate it. Okay, yeah. So we were doing entanglements before they were calling it entanglements. Okay,
before Jada came along.
Yeah. So So with that, it died of natural causes. Mm-hmm. One just couldn't do it. It was just too much for her. She could not do it emotionally. And meanwhile, because then my life was split in half. Because by the time you get to work, and I'm now having breakfast twice a day, because you done started your day with that one, ended the day, but now you done woke up with this one, and like, no, I don't want no more French toast. Cause I've
had enough.
I've had enough, exactly. So I'm not pro or con. I would just say I'm sorry, and there was another incident as well, but that was much more lust driven.
Yeah.
That's my new concept. It was, we were all for the physicals, and matter of fact, the personalities alone wouldn't have did. I mean, Gemini, Pisces, and Capricorn. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That was not going to work for so long.
That's a bomb waiting to explode.
Right. Wait, and I thought I was the boss, right? But so any event, what happens, because you do take a chance, they can be very dangerous liaisons in the romantic sense, because no two people love the same. It's simple as that. And what you give to Sally is different what you may give or want to share with Jane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, how some people, like I'm giving the best of my loving away. And though I'm a Gemini and I feel like I can work it, and that, you know what I mean, between the lines and all.
She really does. I think she can work it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, it was a good morning?
It's a good morning.
All right now. Okay. So what I'm saying is, like I said, I'm not poo-pooing it. I'm just saying we didn't make the rules, but the situation was growing bigger than us. And the only thing that we knew is that we really loved each other individually and as a threesome. And sex went from good to great. And then some of us, we get great sex and we want to label it for love. It's not. It's a way that you can express yourself. Yeah. You've had sex. Come on now. We've had sex with people we did not love.
But it can turn into love.
Absolutely, and that's the danger.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Danger,
and that's
Ranger.
why I think you have to set the boundaries before that. Because even when I was talking about, and I'll let you get right back to it.
No, sir.
Even when I was talking about the relationship I had, that was an open relationship. Before we even had sex, it had gotten hot and heavy, and I'm like, wait, hold up. Well, once you cross that line,
you can't uncross it. You cannot.
And I'm like, are you ready for this? Am I ready for this? Or what's gonna happen afterwards? Like, I'll stop you in mid-sentence, mid-action. Like, hold up, because I want to know.
Wait a minute.
Like,
where we going?
Some people sleep with you and be like, oh, we dating. You be like, hold up. That's not really what
it's
that
not
was
a
about.
date. This is a connection.
And some people want that. But I think you have to make it clear, because after the fact, it's a done deal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's either going to work or it's not going to work. So I think, making those, setting those parameters. Is always a good thing.
Having that conversation. I mean, because somewhere between the up and the down and feel so good in the warm towel is like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Now, I don't suggest you have it, stop in mid, action. I just think you need to have that conversation before that gets there.
Right,
but I think the conversation is needed and must be had.
It must be. It really does. And, for your sake, their sake, and whoever your primary partner is, you know what I mean? How do you go that far to hit Shangri-La and don't have those conversations? Still amazes me. I'm like, didn't y'all talk about it? No, not really. Oh, well, y'all need to hold up, back up, get up, okay, and talk about it. Over breakfast, over lunch, over something. Or I'll call you on break on Tuesday. You need to, because if you don't, it allows itself to go places that you didn't want it to go, and you find yourself in the middle of a show that you can't support. You really can't. You really can't. Like, I didn't mean it that way. I didn't mean for us to get all wrapped up. Everyone's grown.
Yes.
And with that comes a responsibility. And over the last year, we've had some very wonderful conversations about some pretty heavy duty subjects. So, as you're out there and you're deciding to, like, hey, I'm a loner, I'm looking for that one woman, and I don't even want to share her with the sunshine. Yeah. I get it, but there's other women out there who are very, very much okay and comfortable with seeing you and someone else as well. You know what I mean? And then it's either her or me. Oh, see, now why we got to get there?
Right.
Why we got to get there? We get there because sometimes our love is selfish.
Yeah. And I suggest, and definitely not an expert in any way, shape, or form, but I suggest that you, like Sharon said, get with someone who has those same views that you have. Mm-hmm. That way it makes it easier when nobody is in it for like a relationship. But don't, define it just because it's what the Webster Dictionary is saying. Mm-hmm. Your situation may be a lot more unique than the next person.
Absolutely.
And your parameters may be wider, bigger, broader, or smaller. Mm-hmm. So you have to set it to the temperature where you want.
Yes.
And
yes. Mm-hmm.
But you have to be honest with everybody involved, and everybody involved must also have those same thoughts too.
And I like how you said that. Thank you. And I will say another piece of that. And just because you're honest and open, don't mean that you get to go to the road of happy ever after. Being open and honest doesn't guarantee you anything other than the fact that you were open and honest.
Right.
Does that make sense? That doesn't mean that all lights are green. Because, like I say, if you are let's say, using us again as an example of Rosa and I, and she was to connect with someone and brought a third person into our relationship at a high state of okayness, because it had to be okay.
Right.
And then I, on the other hand, found a person who I wanted to come into our world and I like. We all have to have that conversation.
Absolutely.
Now, in the world of can you believe it or not, we know that ain't gonna happen.
Well,
it's really not. No, because
we all don't necessarily have to have the conversation. If I'm bringing a third person in, and I am just exclusive with that third person in you, but you're exclusive with me and another person, y'all need to have the conversation.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And I need to have the conversation with that person. They don't need to have it with who I'm exclusive with. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I disagree.
The two outside doesn't need to connect. I just think the kind of like the three outsides.
Well, I definitely have to, I feel like we all need to talk. Whether it was,
I don't need to know that if I'm the third man out, I don't need to know who the fourth person is.
But you guys you all lead back to the main mother load. How I can't be connecting romantically and sexing somebody, the fourth person, because that fourth person affecting me, the third person affecting you, the second person, which is part of our exclusive relationship we had.
Well,
it's no longer exclusive.
At it that way,
wait a minute, yeah, but it's no longer exclusive once you brought that third person in at the okayness of all of us.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? So as one example, and I think we had shared something like this morning about with her being my primary partner, if we were to think about such a thing of another person entering our relationship, well, what happens, like our vacations and birthdays are exclusive, just she and I. Now you got this third person who like, well, I want to celebrate Rosa's birthday too. Can't we all go on a cruise? Whitney Houston, hell to the no. But you have to have had that conversation. You have to have set those boundaries, whatever they are. That's the third person. Now you say there's a fourth heifer walking around here trying to get juiced and let loose? No. You see what I'm saying?
But if you set those boundaries with that person to say, holidays, birthdays are always going to be off limit,
right?
They're not asking to do that stuff. It's just
now
when we get together, we're doing whatever it is that we decided we're gonna do. When you and I are together, we do what we do.
So here it is, ladies. Okay,
so it could get complicated.
I think so. Okay, my friends in lesbian land, how long will that be okay? Okay.
And that's the thing, because even with my friend, after about a year, she wanted to change up the rules. And
of course she did, because she had fallen in love with you, whatever, or wanted more than what was agreed to in the beginning. Yeah. Like I know we said only twice a month and da 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 da, and you don't come to my house unannounced.
But you can set that parameter. Like, let's revisit this in 6 months and see where we are.
That's
if we still want to, continue on like this or whatever. So maybe set the parameters. That may be a good suggestion, because I didn't even think to even do that. I'm just like, go on like we've been going on. But maybe if you're getting in that, let's set the parameters, whereas it's like, let's talk talk again about this in 6 months and see where your
Or
feelings
3.
are, or even if it's working. It may not be working for you or another person. So,
and it's okay until it's no longer okay.
Right.
It's all good until it's no longer good.
Right.
And we know that. And regardless of what a person said to you in March, Christmas is a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Sweetie, you bought her a sweater and some warm socks, and she looking for a diamond ring because I got to put a ring on it. Right? Y'all in 2 different spaces. Like, look, was the sex that good? And women, come on now, lesbian land. Y'all know how we do. You know how we do. You know how we roll, right? And a girl like, I don't even know your middle name, and you trying to get her hooked up, booked up, and put a ring on it.
Right.
Come on now. So today's conversation is not an easy one because I know we're going to revisit this. But just for the record, I don't poo-poo it. If it works, if y'all can work it out, work it in. Wonderful.
Right.
I've seen a couple relationships, male and female, straight and not, just that it seems to work out okay.
Yeah.
With many other people, no. One of my friends, I think we're overdue to visit her at jail because she almost killed that girl. No, just kidding. No, I'm just saying that there's a lot of people who are okay with it, and there's some people who will say they're okay with it until they actually live in it and saying, oh no,
this is not what I
no,
want.
Right, this is I'm not okay with you not spending my birthday with me. Right. So with that, we got a lot of things to talk about because I know this one's gonna get y'all going before we go into the new year. You guys have been wonderful, and me and Rosa are gonna be doing some deep dialogue too when the camera goes off. But seriously, like every week, we just want to wish you the very best
of all good things. Stay safe and stay woke. And happy holidays, Merry Christmas to those who celebrate, and happy Kwanzaa to those who are celebrating. And if you're celebrating something else, hit us up and let us know what that is.
Yeah, because
all right.
Hanukkah's over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Take
love
care.
You all. Bye.
Bye.